In this video, I am going to talk about very basics of Java interview questions, and these questions are mostly related to OOPS concept of Java. So let's start. The first question: can you rate yourself out of 10 in Java? So for me, I usually say 7 to 8. Generally, in most of the Java interviews, questions related to this particular concept is only going to be asked. So if you look at this particular concept, we start from usually OOPS concept, then exception, collections, functional interface, iterators, basic thread, garbage collection, concurrency package, and design patterns. Now, if you have observed that the order is going from very basic to the high level. So when you say 7, 8 and you have mid-level of experience, interviewer usually test your collection, functional iterators, concurrency and some design patterns along with how the garbage collection works. Depending upon your rating and the number of experience you are holding, these questions will be going to be asked. Moving to the next question, which version of Java you have used in your project? For me, I have used Java 1.8 and Java 1.6. Once you say two versions, the next set of interview questions that you have mostly observed is going to be difference between Java 1.8 and the version you are saying, or the new features introduced in Java 1.8. So if you're saying Java 1.8, at least be prepared about what are the new features in Java 1.8. For example, Lambda, Stream, and the interfaces you have default and static methods. Moving to next question. What is encapsulation? Encapsulation means wrapping the data and your business code on data as single unit. It protects objects' behavior from misuse. So if we talk about what is meant by wrapping the data or how you would do wrapping the data. So if you remember, we usually have an entity class or model class where we defined fields. So field is used for wrapping the data or storing the data. And this business code usually refers to methods where you can use these getters and setters provided in the entity class. Now, this question may seem simple to anyone, but if we talk about the concept the encapsulation provides, I have seen in many interviews people are saying encapsulation means hiding implementation or security. They are correct up to some extent, maybe 10% or 20%, but not fully. So never say if someone is asking what is meant by encapsulation, hiding implementation or security. The reason I am saying because if you say hiding implementation, I can cross question easily then why we use abstraction, or what is the difference between encapsulation or abstraction, or why as a Java programmer we have the unnecessary burden of using abstraction if encapsulation is used for hiding implementation. If you say security, I can easily ask what kind of security does encapsulation is going to provide you and why I use encapsulation for security. So as a general note, I am saying in any interview about any questions, be clear about the basic concepts of that technology and don't give the interviewer an opportunity to cross question you where you could be in dilemma or get stuck. Moving to the next question. How do you achieve encapsulation? To achieve encapsulation in Java, we can use make all the fields private in the entity class and provides public getters and setters for fields to access outside of entity class. So for example, if we have class called byte programming and we could have a constructor here byte programming and we can define a field ID. Now this ID is of type integer and it is private. So this ID field could only be accessed inside byte programming class. So in order to access this ID outside of this byte programming class, we could provide public getters and setters. So get ID could be used to get the value of the ID and set ID could be used to set the value of the ID. And if you note, the modifier is public for both of them. Now here comes the point of the rating you have provided in Java. So if someone is providing around 8 to 9 and he has around more than 5+ years of experience in Java, as an interviewer I usually ask how would you break or access the private field instead of getters and setters. So if you remember, there is a very important concept in Java of reflection API. So using reflection, you can access the ID. Moving to the next question. What is the advantages of using encapsulation? First is binding of data with business code is done at single place. Restricted field access. So using getters and setters only you can access those fields outside of the class. Reusability. Instead of setting and creating every time whenever you need it, you can just use set and get method to reassign the value and get the value. So this is a reusability. Easier maintenance. You can manipulate data inside setters also. Moving to next question. What is polymorphism? Polymorphism means ability to exist in multiple forms. In Java context, it allows to perform a single action in various ways. For example, one method different implementation, one interface different implementation. Moving to next question. Tell me about overloading and overriding. Overloading means example of compile time polymorphism. You can say two methods have same name but different signatures in the same class. So if we talk about what is meant by signatures, it is number of parameters, data type of parameters and order of the parameters. Overriding. Overriding is an example of runtime polymorphism. Two methods having same name and same signature in different class. And this class usually have parent-child relationship. Moving to next question. Can you write a simple overloading example? Before I proceed to the answer, I ask usually this question to understand how much the depth knowledge of the data type out of the parameters and the number of the parameters passing in overloading method the candidate has. So to answer, would have a simple byte programming class, and inside this byte programming class I would write a method, let's say watch overloading video. And if you observe, the data type is string, number of the parameters here is usually one only here, and I am printing video watched by the user. In order to overload this watch overloading video method, I would need a method with the same name but different either number of the parameters, data type of the parameters, or the order of the parameters. So I have created another method, same name watch overloading video, but here the data type is int. So you can see two methods with same name, but one is string type and another is int type. And in this watch overloading video, I am passing video watched views by the number. Now let's create a object of byte programming and call byte.watch overloading video ABC. So if you see, I am passing an string ABC. So this will call string type because it is exact match to the string data type. Now if I pass byte.watch overloading video 1, now this will call int num because it is type of int. Now here comes the twist part. When a candidate write me this one, instead of making it int, I would create and pass integer num. Now the data type changed from int to the integer, and here we can pass the byte dot watch overloading null. Now here I am passing null as the parameter. So if you have practice of question like this, it would be a very easy for you. Or if you know the concept of data type, what is an object data type and what is primitive data type, it would be easier for you to answer question like this. So to answer this, it will give you compilation error. Null is accepted by integer as well as string. String and integer both are of type object, and null is accepted by object. Now the object data type could be either string, integer, or any wrapper data type of primitive classes in Java, or any custom object class also. If you answer this question, I would just change the parameter to byte.watch overloading new byte programming. Now here again comes the twist part I have seen in many interviews. The previous question is answered perfectly by many candidates, but when I asked this question, again they got confused. So that's why I earlier told, if you know the concept of data type, what is object data type, what is primitive data type, whether it is null or you can pass any object parameter, you could easily answer this. But when you practice, don't learn the answer. Try to understand the concepts behind it and how it is implemented or how it is going to be used. Now, I am not going to provide what would be the answer, whether it will be a compilation error or a particular system.out.println will be printed in the console. Let me know what would be the answer to this as an exercise in the comment section. Moving to the next question. Can you write a simple overriding example? Again, to answer this, let's have a class called byte programming, and we have a method watch overloading video, and parameter is of type int. Now I will create another class videos which is extending byte programming, and this class have the same method name watch overloading video and the same data type int also. Now if I call byte programming byte equal to new videos and byte.watch overloading video 1, what will happen? So when you pass this one, before passing, remember that you are creating an object of child class and reference type is of parent. Now this is a very simple that a candidate would write. In order to twist, just like we did in overloading, interviewer could relate this overriding example with exceptions, reference and object type and static. So be prepared about these three: exception, reference and object type and static whenever you are going to attend an interview. If you want more questions on overloading and overriding, you can watch the video of overloading and overriding with respect to different concept, and the links are coming on the top right corner. Moving to the next question. What is inheritance? Inheritance means acquiring the properties and behavior of parent class by an object is called inheritance, achieved through use of extend keyword. Now here comes what is meant by properties and behavior. Properties means fields and the behavior means the functionality. Again, you have concept of static, you have concept of final that could not be inherited in Java. So if you're saying about inheritance, be prepared that interviewer is going to ask you about static and final with respect to inheritance. Moving to next question. What is abstraction? Abstraction means it is the process of hiding the implementation. Again, it is achieved through either use of abstract class, that is also sometimes called partial abstraction, or interface. Full abstraction you can achieve with the help of interface. Tell me difference between abstract class and interface. Now, when an interviewer asks you about abstraction, naturally this question is going to be the next question. Abstract class. We can make a class abstract using abstract keyword. It provides you partial abstraction. You can have abstract methods as well as non-abstract method. It can't be instantiated, means you can't create an object of abstract class. You need to inherit it in another class and provide implementation for all abstract method. If we talk about interface, we use interface keyword for making an interface. It provides you 100% abstraction. By default, all methods are public, static, final. Remember this, fields are public, static and final. Methods are by default public. With Java 8, we can provide default and static methods in interface. Again, if you're seeing the version of Java 1.8 that I have said earlier, you must know, or you can say at least know, what are the features introduced in Java 8. One of the important features introduced in Java 8 was having default and static methods in interface. Now when you say this, interviewer can again ask, what was the purpose of introducing default method or static methods in interface? It can't be instantiated, only subclassed or implemented by other interface. Moving to next question. How do you decide whether to use abstract class or interface? abstract class. If you want to share some common methods, put it in abstract class. And in case of interface, if you want to define behavior but not concerned with how to implement those behavior, make it as an interface and provide only method signature. Or if you want to take advantage of multiple inheritance, then also you can use interface. Let's understand this scenario with an example. If you have worked in collections, the most collections used is one is array list and one is hash map. So if you have looked at the signature of the hash map, it would be like public class Java util hash map extending abstract map and implementing map interface, clonable interface, and serializable interface. Now, why I choose this example? It is one of the most common collections is used in every project in Java. So HashMap is now a class, and map, clonable, and serializable are interfaces implemented by HashMap. And this abstract map is an abstract class. So this class is providing you methods like get, put all, is empty, contains key, contains value, size, and many other methods. So if you have worked in HashMap, you may have used get, put, is empty, contains key, or size. So these methods are not the methods provided by the HashMap, but actually these methods are provided to you by abstract map class. An abstract map is an abstract class, so all the common methods Java programmer have put in an abstract class, and this abstract class is not only extended by HashMap, but it is also extended by HashMap, tree map, and concurrent HashMap. Now you can see the concept of abstract. All the methods that are common is put in a one class, and this class is extended by HashMap, tree map, and concurrent HashMap. So all the methods are at one place, and these all methods are available to HashMap, tree map, and concurrent HashMap. The first thing is we are utilizing reusability principle, and instead of duplicating the code of all these methods, if we put in separately in HashMap, tree map, and concurrent HashMap, we have a single class where we have put that is abstract map, and the code would look much cleaner. Similarly, this HashMap class has implemented map, clonable, and serializable interface. So if you're going to create an object of HashMap like map, you can pass the key value, that is the type of the key value here, and you're creating a new HashMap. Now this object of the HashMap will already containing map, clonable, and serializable part. So whenever you create an object of HashMap, each of the object of the HashMap will have the ability of, or you can say property of, clonable and serializable and map. So this was one of the examples to understand where you can use abstract class, where you can use interface. Moving to next question. Why Java is portable, or what makes Java portable? In Java, we have bytecode that makes Java portable. If you want to understand this, understand it like we have OS in your system and you have JVM that is OS dependent. When you run your class, it is get compiled into dot class, that is bytecode, and bytecode is needed to execute a class into machine level code that is done by JVM. So this bytecode is depend on JVM but not on OS. That's why we say Java is portable, or sometimes you also have debate on Java is not 100% portable because of this only. So this was all about interview questions related to basics of Java, or you can say OOPS concept. I request you to provide about the quality of the interview questions in the comment section or by liking the video, and stay tuned, subscribe for more upcoming videos about interview questions and concept of Spring Boot, microservice, Java and REST.